and today we are going to read straight line. Let us first discuss about Cartesian plane. A Cartesian plane is formed when two axes, one is x-axis, other is y-axis, both intersect, and both the axes intersect at 90 degree. So each of the angle will be 90 degree, and the point where these two axes, x-axis and y-axis, intersect is called origin. Suppose this is the coordinate. Any coordinate in a Cartesian plane, any point that we called coordinate in a Cartesian plane is represented by two values x and y. X coordinate of this point is actually the distance from y axis, while y coordinate of this point, this coordinate, is a distance from x axis. So this is the coordinate x comma y. This x coordinate is also called abscissa, while y coordinate of this point is called ordinate, and these both abscissa and ordinate collectively known as coordinate. Now let's move to the definition of straight line. Straight line actually is a geometrical object which is infinitely long and infinitely thin. When you talk about a straight line, it doesn't have a breadth while it does not have a fixed length. Straight line is actually a geometrical object which is infinitely long and infinitely thin. Let us know how a straight line is formed. A straight line is formed when we join two coordinates, at least two coordinates in a Cartesian plane. Suppose this be a coordinate A, x1, y1, and suppose this be b coordinate x2, y2. If we join this coordinate, a straight line is formed. It can be extended also, but we have taken at least two coordinates to represent a line, and these 2 points formed a straight line. We can also find the distance between these two lines by using a formula called distance formula. Distance formula. Distance formula is actually given by difference of the x coordinate of this point x2 minus x1 square plus difference of square of the difference of y coordinate y2 minus y1 square. This is how we can find the distance between 2 points forming a line. That is called line segment. If we're talking about 2 points, two finite points in a line, in a straight line, actually we can find the distance between these two finite points using distance formula is actually called line segment. We can say that a straight line may be divided into line segment and array. A line segment having the fixed length, and this fixed length can be found using distance formula. Also there is another formula called section formula. Distance formula, what I am talking about, this distance formula. Also there is another formula called section formula. This can be found as, suppose this line AB is divided by some another point C, suppose x comma y. If this point C is dividing the line AB in certain ratio, obviously let its ratio be m is to n. If this point C dividing the line AB in the ratio m is to n, so we can find the x coordinate of this point C, by using m times the x coordinate of B plus n times the x coordinate of A by m plus n. Also the y coordinate of this point can be found by using the same formula, m times the y coordinate of B plus n times the y coordinate of A dividing by m plus n. This is how we can find this coordinate. Also we can also find the ratio m is to n using the same formula. This is different discussions, we'll talk about it later on. Now let's move into the topic of slope, because whenever there is a line, let A and B is a line, if we join this line can be extended, it is a line segment if we limit this point, but if it will be extended, suppose this is extended, obviously it will cut x-axis at some point. Suppose here it intersect x-axis. Let this angle be theta. Suppose it is making an angle, some angle with x-axis is theta. Now the question arises, why are we taking this angle only? Why not this angle? We can also take, if this is a line, this angle could have been taken theta, but no, it is wrong. We cannot take this angle because let us talk about the definition of slope. It will be clear more. Slope we can define the tangent of a line, the tangent of a line made by the tangent of an angle made by a line with x-axis in anti-clockwise direction, So slope, as definition states, the tangent of an angle made by a line with x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. It means we cannot take this angle, because if we are talking about this angle, this is in clockwise direction. We have to take the angle in anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clock, it is also called counterclockwise, opposite to what in the clock. Clock moves this way, and we have to take the angle in this way. So this line cutting the x-axis, and we have to take the angle with the x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. That angle is considered as theta during the study of slope. So this is theta. Now slope. What is slope? Slope is the tangent of this theta, this tangent of this angle made by this line. So we can say slope is actually tan theta, tangent of this angle made by x-axis. So we can say that slope is the tan theta. Slope is represented by m. So we can say m is the tan theta, and this is the slope of a line. So each line have a particular slope, because any line, suppose a line, this is a line, and here we take a Cartesian plane. So if it is extended, it will cut somewhere x-axis, making some angle theta. And if we take about m, it is tan theta. Now this theta could be maximum 180 degree if a line becomes parallel. If a line becomes parallel, theta is 180 degree because it is parallel to x-axis, or we can say 0 degree. So, or minimum it could be 0 degree. So we can say theta lies between 180 degree to 0 degree, or it can be 0 degree. We can also say 180 degree, because if line is straight, we take the angle 0 degree. If a line is a straight line, we are talking about straight line, the angle made with the x-axis, because it is parallel to x-axis, both lines are parallel. So parallel, if both lines are parallel, it should be 0 degree. So we can say the angle between 0 to 180, any angle. So theta of any line, suppose a line, this is making obtuse angle. If we take such kind of line, this is acute angle. So angle could be between 0 degree to 180 degree. It could be either acute angle or obtuse angle. Acute angle or obtuse angle. Now come to some other points about the slope. Slope between two lines. Slope between two lines. If there are two lines, parallel line, suppose first case, parallel lines. If there are two parallel lines, both have same angle with the x-axis, obviously we know. If these are parallel, these two angles should be equal by corresponding angle. So we can say theta 1 equal to theta 2 by corresponding angle. So we can say tan theta is 1 equal to tan theta 2. It means tan of both the angles are equal. So we can also say that slope is also equal. So m1 equal to m2. So we have to remember that when two lines are parallel, their slope must be equal. So whenever the slopes are equal, the lines must be parallel. Now, perpendicular lines. If there are two lines intersecting each other at 90 degree, and this is y-axis This is x-axis. If both lines intersect at 90 degree, suppose this line makes in anti-clockwise direction is theta 1 and this line makes angle theta 2 in anti-clockwise direction. So we can say 90 plus theta 2 is equal to theta 1 by the property of a triangle, extra angle property of a triangle. Also taking tan both sides, tan 90 plus theta 2 should be equal to tan theta 1. So we can say tan 90 plus theta is cot theta. It's a part of trigonometry. Tan 90 plus theta is cot theta. Tan 90 plus theta 2 is cot theta 2, and tan theta, it should be minus cot theta 2, sorry, because tan 90 plus theta 2 lies in the second quadrant, so it should be minus cot theta, and in second quadrant tan is negative. Tan theta 1, we can say now tan theta 1 by cot theta 1 should be minus 1. So tan theta 1 into tan theta 2, the reciprocal of tan theta cot theta is tan theta, so we can say tan theta 1 into tan theta 2 is minus 1. So we can say m1 into m2 is minus 1. This is the relation what we have got. So whenever there is two parallel lines, the multiplication of both the slopes of both the lines should be minus 1. This is how we can get that both the lines are intersecting at 90 degree. Also, if we know the slope of one line, we can find the slope of another line by using this formula. So this is what we have about slope of two lines, perpendicular lines, slope of two perpendicular lines. And so there are different forms of line like slope intercept form, y equal to mx plus c, about the equations of line. Also there are equations of line x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. When we talk about intercept, x intercept, y intercept, if it is x intercept, it is y intercept. So because of lack of time, I'm not able to discuss all the topics. So this is for the day. I hope you like my videos, and this will be useful for the students. Hope so.